read an interesting little article the other day about a young boy who made 13 spelling errors spelling one five-letter word. The word was usage, U-S-A-G-E. He instead spelled it Y-O-W-Z-I-T-C-H, using 8 letters that are not in the word and none of the 5 letters that are. 13 errors, one 5-letter word. Have you ever felt like that? Like everything that could go wrong is going wrong? Sometimes our circumstances cause us not to see things in the right perspective. And that's true whether our circumstances are bad, like they are now, we find ourselves amidst this virus and stay-at-home orders. Or it can be true even if our circumstances are good and everything is coming up roses. Those things that are around us, our daily circumstances, are not truly what determines what is good and what is not. Do you remember those magic eye puzzles that used to be so popular a few years ago? Let me see if I can put this in front of the camera to refresh your memory. Do you remember those? A lot of lines, squiggly lines, and different patterns in the front of the page. And you really couldn't see anything, but if you looked deeper, they told you if you had the ability to look past what was in the front, you might see something else. That one that I just projected was an elephant coming out of some trees, walking through some tall grass. You really couldn't see that unless you had the ability to see past those things that were on the front of the page. Our circumstances are that way. In Philippians chapter 2, Paul was in prison, suffering adverse circumstances, all for the cause of Christ. And he said in chapter 1, "Yet I rejoice and I will rejoice." And in chapter 2, he said, "Even if my life is being poured out as a drink offering." In other words, Paul said, even if I am dying for this cause, I still rejoice and will rejoice. Because the clutter that is around us, whether good or bad, is not truly that which is eternal. God says we need to have the ability to see past the immediate and see those things that are truly most important. I hope each of us can have the kind of vision that can see past the clutter that is in our lives, whether it is good or whether it is bad, and see the things that are truly eternal, the things that are important. Thank you for listening.